Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the 2018 NFL free agency cycle, specifically about Jeremy Hill in terms of his analytics. And if you are new to the channel, or you're new to the information that I provide, all terms and definitions will be in the description. I'll do the best that I can to kind of explain things as I go along when it comes to data and analytics and other stuff. But if you get lost, if you need a reference point, go to the description and all the information will be there to kind of help you to follow along and get the information as you get it. Now, when it comes to Jeremy Hill's profile, what we're going to look at in this video is we're going to look at, one, what his pre-draft profile was like, because a lot of times the pre-draft profile can inform you a lot about what they might do in the NFL and what they might do in the future in the NFL based on what they've already proven to do so far. On top of that, we're going to get into what his actual NFL production has been like from a macro perspective, just from total yardage and those other sort of things. And then we're going to look at him from a micro perspective in terms of just his ability to convert first downs as a running back, whether you're talking rushing downs or passing downs. So basically his ability to convert with the run, and also his ability to convert as a receiver, because guess what, guys? The ability to convert first downs, whether you're talking rushing downs or receiving downs, especially correlates a lot to winning football games. And again, if you have a running back that is able to convert first downs, second downs, or third downs more often, you're going to win more football games. So it just kind of makes sense. If you have somebody who's able to convert first downs more often, you're going to win more football games. So it kind of gives you a perspective of, one, what they are in terms of just total yardage, and also how efficient they are in terms of getting first downs, which is the ultimate goal of most teams anyways, is that the more first downs you have, the more likely you're going to win football games, statistically speaking. So that is essentially what this video looks at, is what his value is to a team in terms of winning football games, and of course what his overall value is in terms of stuff like Pro Bowl potential, AllPro potential, and those other sort of things in terms of his overall data. So getting into his data, first off, we're going to start with his market share data coming out of college. He had a 71.60 market share production score based on my data since 1969. He doesn't quite hit the All-Pro threshold of 89 or higher, basically meaning most All-Pro players had at least 89 or higher in terms of their market share production score. Jeremy Hill doesn't quite hit that area of All-Pro potential, but he did hit at least the 5-time Pro Bowl potential area of 69 or higher, where the majority of 5-time Pro Bowl players typically had 69 or higher, and the majority of 3-time Pro Bowl players had 52 or higher. So Jeremy Hill, essentially based on production data, had some Pro Bowl potential coming out, just based on purely on his production data. However, his athleticism data is a little bit of a different story. He had a 50.62 explosive lower body strength score, a 75.44 speed score, and a 12.10 flexibility score. The issue here is every single multiple All-Pro / Pro Bowl running back since 1999, which is as far back as this data goes, had at least a 79 or higher athleticism score, meaning that they had at least one athleticism score, whether it was explosiveness, speed, or flexibility, that was 79 or higher. And when you look at Jeremy Hill, none of his athleticism scores are 79 or higher. The closest one is speed of 75.44, but Jeremy Hill also fails in terms of flexibility. He had a 12.10 flexibility score. And the issue with that is that the bottom end threshold for All-Pro / Pro Bowl players is 39.6 out of 100, meaning that there has never been a multiple All-Pro / multiple Pro Bowl running back to score less than that score, and Jeremy Hill scored a 12.10 out of 100. Meaning that in order for him to become a multiple All-Pro / Pro Bowl running back, he would have to become an outlier, not only in terms of flexibility testing, but also in terms of just not having one athleticism score that is 79 or higher. So in many ways, that's the dilemma with Jeremy Hill, is that his production at LSU was good. It was at least Pro Bowl potential level, but his athleticism didn't quite hit Pro Bowl to All-Pro potential. So he essentially looks more like at back, you could be a potential starter, than a multiple All-Pro / multiple Pro Bowl running back based on his overall data. Which, getting to his overall data, now we're looking at things from a macro perspective. So MSPY is passing yardage market share, and OMS is total offensive market share. Again, all terms and definitions are in the description, so you can kind of go there as a reference point for all the data points that are right here. But all you really need to know is when it comes to Jeremy Hill, he had a very good rookie season in terms of macro data, in terms of yardage and stuff like that. Where he had a 90.74 out of 100 total offensive market share season. And then in 2015, took a dip in terms of his overall production. 2016 had a bit of a recovery where he improved a little bit in terms of total offensive market share, improved a little bit in terms of passing yardage market share, but then took another big fall in 2017 where he just was below average across the board in terms of that particular data. So Jeremy Hill is just a guy that again, had a very good rookie season in terms of macro data, and then fell off in 2015, recovered a little bit in 2016, and then 2017 it was just kind of a mess in terms of overall data. Now, when we get to the micro data, which in my opinion, the micro data is a little bit more important than the macro data. Again, macro data just deals with yardage, how many yards you get, but yards don't really tell you if this is a good running back or not. It really just tells you that they got a lot of yards. It doesn't tell you if it was 3.5 yards per carry or stuff like that, and or if they got a lot of first downs. If they helped you win football games, essentially. And this is kind of where we're getting into now is Jeremy Hill's ability to win you football games. And when you get to his data, what we're looking at here is rushing first down conversion rate. This is what this chart deals with. Essentially, what we're looking at is a running back's ability to convert first downs into first downs on various downs and distances. So whether you're talking the ability to convert a first down into a first down, a second down into a first down, a third down into a first down, or a fourth down into a first down, compared to all the other running backs. And when you look at his information, he, again, 2014, very decent. That was the 1 year where he was above average on first down, second down, and third down in terms of his ability to convert in those situations. But 2015 fell off a bit, was below average on first and second down, and a little bit above average on third down, but not amazing. 2016 was below average in terms of first down. Second down was pretty decent. Third down was pretty much the same as 2015. And then 2017, really below average on first down, really below average on second down, but third down kind of remained consistent. The only thing I could really say about Jeremy Hill that is consistent with him is as a third down running back. So we're not talking about him in terms of as a receiver, but purely as a runner. If you hand the ball off to Jeremy Hill, probably on short yardage situations, let's be honest, because a lot of times those are going to be the situations you're going to see if you're running the football on third down, 3rd and 2, 3rd and short. He does above average. He's a above average running back when it comes to converting in those situations. So that is the one thing you can hang your hat on with Jeremy Hill, is that if it is third down and you need a guy to convert in those situations, he converts at an above average rate, which is, decent as a rusher, purely as a rusher. But when you look at him as a receiving back, so this deals with the ability to convert first downs with the pass, as a receiver essentially, and this is basically first down conversion rate through the air, through the pass. Jeremy Hill has been really, really inconsistent. First down situations below average on first down in 2014, 16, and 17. And third down, just abysmal. 2017 was really bad. 2016 was also not that great. And 2015 was not that great either. And even 2014 was a season where on third down he was just average in terms of his ability to convert on third down in those situations. The one thing I could say that's kind of interesting about Jeremy Hill is he does do well on second down. He's had three, from 2017, 2016, and 2015. He has been relatively, really above average in terms of his ability to convert in terms of second down situations. So again, if it's second down and he catches the ball out of the backfield, etc., he's able to convert those at a pretty decent rate. But he's also really, really inconsistent. What you really want to see when it comes to this data is a back that is doing pretty well on first down, second down, and third down. And the one thing you can say about Jeremy Hill is he's never really been consistent. Whether you're talking the ability to convert through the air through in any given season. Like, he's never had a season where he was above average in terms of his ability to convert through the air on every down. And that is the main kind of concern with Jeremy Hill, is as a receiving back, there's not a lot to hang your hat on. Other than second down situations, I would not consider him to be a third down back in terms of his ability to convert through the air in those situations. He is decent as a short yardage back. We can establish that because every single year he's been in the NFL, he's been above average in terms of his ability to convert in terms of third and short situations with the run. But in the NFL, where it is increasingly more important to be very good in terms of converting with the passing game, Jeremy Hill just looks a little bit lost in the sauce when it comes to that particular information. So overall, when it comes to Jeremy Hill in terms of his overall background, overall data, and overall information, I really don't know what you do with a guy like this. Again, based on his production data coming out of college, he definitely was fairly decent. His athleticism data was not indicative of a high-quality NFL running back. He's not exactly been able to maintain high-quality NFL running back data, whether it's from a macro standpoint. He's never really been able to maintain 90+ percentile seasons in any one category in terms of macro data. Nor has he been able to get 90+ percentile in with the run throughout most of his career either, or through the pass even in terms of receiving yards. So, or at least above average on every single down. So when it comes to Jeremy Hill, it's really hard to say. If you need a running back like a third string on the depth chart or fourth string running back, that kind of situation, and you need help in terms of converting on third down with the run specifically, he can bring you some value there. Or if you want to use him as a receiving back on second down, because for some reason he's done pretty well in terms of the converting on second down through the air. He's done well in those situations. However, if you're looking for somebody to be a consistent number 2 running back for you, I really don't know with Jeremy Hill in that respect. So overall, again, I think if you sign Jeremy Hill to be your third string running back, fourth string running back based on his overall data, specifically to help you to convert in third and short situations, I think he can fill that need. But if you need him to be more than that, I think it's very unlikely that he'll be that because of his athleticism data and also because of how he's actually performed in the NFL through the run and through the pass so far. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know. Hit that notification button so that you're always reminded when another video of mine drops. And also check out the 2018 NFL Free Agency Guide, which is available on Amazon/Kindle. The link to the guide is in the description. In that guide, you have hundreds of profiles on quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and offensive linemen that are set to hit free agency this year. And a lot of it is going to do stuff with I just talked about. Jeremy Hill's profile is in there as well. And this is kind of a preview of the information that's in that guide. And I highly recommend you buy it because, one, if you buy it, you get a lot of information about the free agents that are about to hit the market. It'll educate you in many ways about things that most people don't get. You don't really get this information from most. So it gives you a lot of information to make you a more informed fan. And 3, it helps support the channel. So if you really like the content that I provide and you like the information that I provide, one way you can help that out is by buying that guide and helping support the channel that way. And again, the guide is $9.99. It's reasonably priced, and you get a ton of information in it. And again, be sure to check that out. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.